Whenever I carry out a review for a new watch, more often than not, people will invariably compare it to another watch in the comment section. And that watch they compare it to is the AE1200. In fact, this happens so often that it's led me to believe that the AE1200 has almost become the industry standard for digital watches, or the GOAT. In today's video, we'll take a look at this watch and try and come up with the reasons as to why people love the AE1200 World Timer so much. Watch enthusiasts like to give nicknames to their watches. For example, Seiko fans give their watches names like Monster, Tuna, Sea Urchin and Sumo, and Casio fans are no different. The nickname given to the AE1200 World Timer is the Casio Royale, due to the similarity, at least in looks, to the Seiko G757 as featured in a James Bond movie. And that's where the similarities end, because the Seiko is now a watch afforded only by collectors and enthusiasts due to its rareness and high prices. The pricing of the Casio is more egalitarian. And that's the first reason why people like the AE1200 so much. Starting from under $20 US, anybody that wants one can get one. There's no need to join a waiting list, and neither is any sycophantic behaviour towards the AD required. Measuring 42mm in width, you get a more substantial watch than the F91, and it carries more gravitas when worn on the wrist. The F91 feels almost toy-like in comparison, and you'll only end up saving just a few dollars. The AE1200 was first released in 2012, and since then there have been several versions of this watch released. And this leads me on to the second reason as to why this watch is loved so much, and that is variety. $20 is what you'll pay for the base version as shown here, the 1200 1AV. But for a few dollars more, you can get ones that come with a steel band, different coloured cases, or even a green map. As you would expect for a watch from the Casio standard range, the case, strap and crystal are made of resin, making it fairly light, coming in at 39 grams. Even though no luxury materials have been used, it does feel as though it's been built to a good standard. For example, there are no rough edges on the case mouldings, and the faceplate surrounding the LCD segments lines up perfectly. Water resistance is good too, with a rating of 100 meters. And the 4 metal buttons on the side are large and sturdy, a fact that I appreciate, making it easy to operate when worn on the wrist. Inside the case you'll find the 3229 module, and this is where most of the developmental costs of the watch seems to have been attributed. Okay, it doesn't have tough solar, but the CR2025 battery will keep the watch running for 10 years, plus it's cheap and easy to replace when the time comes. Beauty, as they say, is in the eye of the beholder, but I do find the dial to be attractively styled. A lot of information has been crammed onto the dial, and that's the third reason for its popularity, and that's the features. Each segment of the display has been compartmentalized, and even though the section reserved for the digital time display only takes up about a third of the screen, it is sharp and legible, even when viewed straight on. The digital analog clock on the top left almost has a radar-like appearance, with its crosshairs across its face, but the hands are just about thick enough not to be obscured by them. If you're after a World Timer watch with a larger digital analog display, the LF20W might be worth considering, as it has the same features as the AE1200 but in a different package. Having the words World Time at the top of the case, the AE1200 boasts about its most useful feature. Once you have set up the home time in your own country, the watch will automatically calculate the time in 48 different cities around the world. And the time zone which you are viewing is also usefully shown on a world map. As crossing time zones is associated with travel and therefore good times, wearing the AE1200 serves as a reminder of holidays taken and holidays to come. Other features include 5 alarms, a 24-hour chronograph and a countdown timer. The countdown timer can be set in increments of 1 second. I mention this because one of this channel's viewers had been looking for a watch that can count down from very specific periods of time. It's not all perfect though, as the countdown timer doesn't include an auto repeat function. If you want to watch with that feature, then the WS1600 is the watch to go for. Last feature is the backlight, and you can choose to have this stay on for 1.5 or 3 seconds. The light is provided by 2 amber coloured LEDs situated at the base of the screen. The last reason why I think that the AE1200 is so well loved by people is that it lends itself to being modded quite easily. When I hear the word modding, I automatically get images of people tuning their car's engines to make them run faster or lowering their suspension for a sleeker look. Modding an AE1200 could be as simple as swapping the strap or changing the faceplate for a different look. There are plenty of third-party suppliers selling parts for the AE1200. And you're only limited by your own imagination if you want to customize the AE1200 to your own individual taste. I wouldn't consider myself to be a modder, but after swapping the resin case for a solid steel case and strap with a sapphire crystal, I can see the attraction. The kit was supplied by a company called SKX Mod, and the extra durability provided by the steel case means that it's less prone to scratches, and I therefore wear the watch a lot more than I otherwise would. Thanks for watching folks, I hope that you did enjoy the video today, and I'll see you next time.